G'day fellas and welcome to an Age of Mythology Retold casted game. Today we're on the map Alfheim. Oh, a little bit of lag right there, don't worry, we're still getting into it. We're on the map Alfheim and boy have we got ourselves a little bit of a game for you today. Spawning in the top side of the map in the color blue, playing as the Egyptians on Ra today. It's InDenial. I like that, he's in denial. He's playing for Dodd. I don't know if you guys are a fan of Dodd. I don't know. We've got clans in AOM Retold, which is pretty cool. I like that it's returned. Now, let's introduce our big boy for today. Ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the south of the map in the color red, playing as the Greeks on Zeus. It is Capo. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my lord, I'm so excited, man. We get to see Capo. Now, for anybody unfamiliar with this guy, oh my gosh, he goes way back. This guy goes back as far as Doubt does. He's been a gamer for 20 years. He used to be a part of a clan called, if I remember correctly, L Clan. I want to say, because I remember he used to post on the forum, his name was L Clan Capo. And L Clan was a big clan back in those days. So he goes way back. I met Capo at the last Red Bull Lol. I suspect he's probably going to be at the next one as well. Maybe not for AOM, maybe for AoE 2, because I know he's very, very good at AoE 2. But with that, the skills are going to transfer over, right? And there's a good chance he played AOM. Now, I didn't play too much AOM originally. In fact, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, if you hadn't realized already. I've actually played no AOM before Retold, so I'm pretty much picking it up on the fly here. So I will ask, please be patient with me. I'll get there eventually, all right? Not the caster skills definitely transfer over when it comes to casted games, but don't really transfer over so much when it comes to playing the game. So it's going to be a bit of a learning curve for me. So I want to explain a little bit about the UI. If you haven't already checked it out in game, let me do that for you. So when it comes to the UI for Spectator mode, it's a pretty decent Spectator mode that we've got here. So our first thing at the top, we've got 3 bars that you'll see. The first one is going to be your village account. I said the first one, I guess the bottom one is going to be your village account. So as you can see, Capo has a slightly higher village account than InDenial does. And the second one's going to be your military amount, so how many military units you've got on the field. So we've got a scout here, and there's a good chance there is a second military unit on the map. Indeed it is. It's going to be this bad boy right here, Hakor, aka our Pharaoh. And the top one is going to be their resource count, or their resource allocation. So how many resources, though, that army that you've got costs. So you can kind of compare, okay, well, you know, player 1 has got a bigger army, but player 2's army is better quality, that sort of thing. Other than that, you can see we've got our housing population and we've got all of our resources towards the top. And then, of course, finally, you can see that we've got our gods. We've got Ra, we've got Zeus that's up here. It doesn't really tell you what faction or civilization they're playing, what pantheon they're playing, but I guess at this point, they kind of just assume that you know. All right, well, we've got the temple coming up from InDenial. Only with the one villager, it's going to be a little bit slow. Keep in mind that the Egyptians do make their buildings a lot slower than the other pantheons do. However, they are often free. In this case, the temple is not free. It does actually cost resources. But yeah, that is one thing to note. And it looks like we may have an age up coming through shortly from Capo. He's got 2 options available to him. Which one does he go for? We'll right on board with him. Actually, he's already clicked a button. Have a look at this. It's going to be Hermes that he's opting for. And we also see Jason is going to be coming out from the town center area. He can do this during the transition period. Even if you're making villages, you can do this as long as you've got the population space for him to pop out. So there he is right now, loving the fact that he's gone and gotten that after clicking up the age up rather than doing it before the age up. Otherwise, it is going to delay you quite a bit. It's like 100 food or something like that. It's quite a lot. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, age up should have come through now for InDenial. Let's take a look and see what he's gone for. He's going to go for Patar. Now, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, whether the P is silent and whether I should just call it Tar. But then I kind of feel like my mum always just said to me tar, and you know, now that I've got children and they're young, she'll say tar to them, and I'll be like, no, you don't say tar to them. You got to say the whole word, mum. You know, this isn't the 60s. You can't just be walking around telling people that you want to tar them. Oh gosh. Anyway, but let's take a look and see what we've picked up here. So we've managed to get ourselves a little bit of a relic, nice and early. Ranged soldiers and myth ranged units are cheaper. 15% less wood, 15% less gold. Now, I haven't done a relic tier list, but if I was gonna, you better believe that is sitting at the top of the tier list. That has got to be like an S tier relic. That is ludicrous when you think about it, right? Like 15%? I mean, maybe it's good. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's crazy good. I don't know. Age Up comes through from InDenial before the 5-minute mark. Second TC already on the way. Second TC going to be coming through for Capo as well. Now, just to talk a little bit about the meta of Mythology or Age of Mythology Retold. I don't know exactly how we're going to call it, by the way. I feel like Retold is probably the easiest one. I noticed when I was talking with Fitzbro, I just call it Retold. And I think like within the AOM community, it's going to be one of the lingos that just kind of gets picked up because it's the easiest to say, right? Like we're not going to say AOM Retold or, you know, that's what. Whoa, hold on a minute. What's going on here? I got a little bit of a bug on my Centaur HP. He's slowly losing health. The enemy was slowly taking it down. We can see the Wadjet up here was doing a little bit of damage, but he manages to get it out. Now, keep in mind, he doesn't have the ability to heal this one up, but he does indeed have the ability to cause a ceasefire if he needs. Second relic has now been picked up by Capo. Let's check in what relic he's picked up. Increases cavalry hit points by 10%. This is another one. Another one. I feel like we got DJ Khaled on the cast right now. That is going to be the second one that's coming online. And have a look at this. Oh, we're going for a very fast heroic. InDenial knows what is up. Take a look at this. We got a little bit of an AOM pro on our hands. Goes for a beautiful opening here and definitely feels at home playing AOM Retold. We can see that much right now because this is a classic build order. When I was learning Age of Mythology, this is something I learned very early on. It was the 2 town center, fast heroic age, straight into that Migdol. You know what it is. Let's take a look at, oh my, it's another S tier relic. How many S tier relics are on this map right now? Don't tell me. Heroes do more damage to myth units. This is good, but I don't know. I mean, to be honest, it's pretty good for the Greeks because you've always got heroes out. This is probably not an S tier one, that's for sure. I mean, can all the relics be S tier? Yes, they can, but if they're all S tier, are none of them S tier? Perhaps. So for anybody wondering what that was, what was the rain? That rain was coming through from Ra. That's one of the god powers that they've got access to as Ra from the Egyptians. So what it does is, I want to read it to you because I actually love the tooltip for this, for anyone who can't read it or can't see it. Target anywhere to make all villagers on the map gather from farms faster. Your villagers gather the fastest. I feel like it pats you on the head when it's saying that. It's like, your villagers gather the fastest. It's kind of like that, but what it's really saying, though, is even the enemy villagers get affected by the rain. So I think it almost doubles the gather rate. So if we have a look here, we can see the gather rate is 0.69 food per second, which is a great gather rate. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of that gather rate. However, what if I told you can double that? You know, a little bit of double 69 action, I would definitely take it. And that's exactly what you get with that rain. So we'll see InDenial take advantage of that. Look at the beautiful timing here. Before 8 minutes as well. Age Up is coming through. It's going to be Sobek that he opts for. So Sobek has the ability to make your town centers extra beefy. Actually, no, I take that back. That's not Sobek. Sobek has the ability to swarm locusts. Did they change that? No, I don't think they changed it. I'm thinking of Nephthys? No, not Nephthys. It's the other Ra minor god that you get in the heroic age. I apologize. As I said, you're gonna need to be a little bit patient with this Drongo guy. When it comes to casting, it's my strong suit. But when it comes to Age of Mythology, I'm still working on it. If I was gonna put myself in a tier list of Age of Mythology knowledge, I'm a solid D tier right now. That is for sure. Seeing as tier lists are definitely the name of the game. Let's ride on board with Capo though. Let's see what he's up to because, as I mentioned before, Capo, it's probably been a while since he's played AOM. I feel like I'm watching, just judging from this, I feel like I've got an old expert, right? Like, Capo is one of those old experts versus one of the newer players. Because I don't know who InDenial is. He may actually be a really good AOM player. And judging from, like, his opening so far, he's obviously, he knows what he's doing. But this is going to be good. This is a bit of a clash of the titans right now. Age Up going to be coming through shortly for Capo. We can see him saving up the resources. Has he got clearance for takeoff, though? There it is. That's the clearance for takeoff, an armory. So for anybody who's just playing along, one of the things that's different from Age of Empires 4 to Age of Mythology Retold is that your Age Ups are gated by your buildings. So you'll need, it's kind of similar to Age of Empires 2 in that regard. So one of the big things is you need your temple to age up to the second age. You're going to need an armory or a market to age up to the third age. To age up to the fourth age, you're going to need a castle, a keep, a Migdol stronghold, something like that. And that's essentially how it does it, just so people don't race through the ages very, very quickly. But we do have the age up now coming through. It's going to be Dionysus. Dionysus? I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it. Now, we can actually see that Capo isn't taking advantage of the villagers automatically training. You can see he's queued up a whole bunch of vills in each town center, so a whole bunch are ready to go. And this is interesting because I think you're definitely going to have like the old school pros that don't pick it up, and then you'll have the newer players will definitely use it. I know I am using it. I'm loving it, and we've already got a little bit of units coming out here. Take a look at this. It looks like InDenial. Is he empowering? I think he might be empowering. I can see the empower. Let's see if I can get a rotation on here. No, it doesn't look like it. I don't know exactly how that works. It looks like it's being rotated, or it looks like it's being rotated. It looks like it's being empowered. But have a look at this, nice little army coming through on the defense from Capo. We can see he's got plenty of units as he pushes out those chariots. Says, "Get on out of here, mate. Get on out of here." And they do indeed go on and get. Age Up comes through, and now we've got the Hydra out. So the Hydra is a really cool mythic unit. As it fights, the longer it fights, it's going to be getting more heads. Yes, that's the Hydra. That's the way that it works, but let's ride on board now because we've got new abilities in play. Keep in mind, we've got the ability to use bronze, which is going to target a location to encase yours and your ally soldiers, myth units, and ships with bronze, reducing their vulnerability in combat, which is a nice way of saying it gives them extra armor. And it's quite a lot. It is a huge amount. So if we take a look at this hoplite as an example, it's got 15 pierce armor, or 15% pierce armor, which means it mitigates 15% of the damage that it receives. If it receives 10 damage, then it'll take away 1.5 of that damage. But with bronze over the top, that'll go from like 15% to like 50%. It's kind of wild exactly how much it affects the units. But one of the things to note, though, is we have got production starting to come here. Triple stable now coming online for Capo. Double military academy here. And now begins to move up. Needs a little bit of assistance. Expect to see bronze any second being thrown down. He could also look to potentially call the ceasefire, but slowly forcing into the opponent's position. The town center does come online, and we can see that the town center is in a very nice spot here for InDenial. So I would expect on the other side of the map, we would see, oh geez, look at this. This is quite awkward. How does he take this town center? This was a natural expansion for both of these players here. And this is one of the things I love about the way that Age of Mythology plays, is the fact that you've got these settlements, and you need to take the settlements if you want to build those town centers. Now, technically, you can actually build a village center, which is like a town center, except it's a little bit slower, and it doesn't have anywhere near the same stats as a town center does. So you can see this secondary town center has the ability to fire arrows off down towards this position, but it looks like the locusts are coming out. Is it the locust? It's gonna be, that's got to be the locust, right? You can see them just eating everything alive. We can have a look and see. Summon a plague of locusts to attack enemy villages, farms, fishing ships, and livestock. There you go. Slowly but steadily eating away those farms. You can see the farms have actually been destroyed. Meanwhile, on the south side, camels are doing a decent job back here. So the camel riders are going to start cleaning up villages. Keep in mind that villager count already quite a bit ahead for InDenial. We've got the Hippias coming out. These guys have been upgraded to medium. The camels do extra damage against it. But have a look at this on the front side. The crocodile is coming online. I want to get myself into position here to witness the power of that crocodile. Give me a second here. There we go. The hoplite's going to be moving up, looking to try and stop it. I tell you what, it's going to be hard for me to slowly work out these cameras, or these settings. They feel almost a little bit, the observing settings feel like Age of Empires, which I guess makes sense. Or Age of Empires 3, rather. Which makes sense because this is done in the Age of Empires 3 engine, or at least the Definitive Edition engine. Numbers building here for Capo. 137 military, 137 population against 159. We can see that when it comes to the military, it is even when it's on population, but a little bit of an advantage to Capo. Bill's going to be coming over towards this left side. Now, another thing to note that's really important about picking up these settlements is that it actually increases the max population you can have. But, oh, there we go. I would love if this thing got off my screen. It's like, it always manages to find its way to the middle of the battles. And now, beginning to move forward. Beautiful little choke point he's got here. I suspect we might have some more Migdal strongholds coming down. Indeed, it is going to be the case. And there it is, bronze coming in. All of the Greek units now going to be bronzed. Keep in mind, he still has the ability to use that Greek power, or that Zeus power from the heavens. We can see that the crocodile on the back there slowly teeing off. Beautiful little spot he's got here. working down all those units on the front line. Even though they've got the bronze, you can see just how, look at the armor that they've got. 62% on that hoplite. He's able to hold on in this fight. Even though he's outnumbered, even though he's outgunned, even though he's fighting into the enemy Migdal stronghold, the bronze is too damn strong. Overwhelming his opponent. He's got another 10 seconds. Now, InDenial could have elected to fall back away from that fight. He did manage to, or did decide, you know what, I'm going to take that fight. And the consequence there is that Capo gets a much better fight than what he should have got if his opponent was backing out. But obviously, if he backs out, then he potentially gives up this expansion. And that's always something you need to be very careful of. But have a look at this on the backside. Town center is under pressure from the camel riders, getting a little bit of raiding in here. So InDenial doing a wonderful job. Third settlement finally coming online as well for Capo, and this is a great game we've got. As I said earlier on, you don't really get to choose. All the age ups come through. It's going to be Osiris that we've got coming in for InDenial. But yeah, you don't really get to know, or you don't really get to choose the quality of your games, at least at the moment. I just saw a big name, right? I see Capo, and I'm like, okay, I know this guy's good. I know he knows what he's doing, and I know he's not going to give up easily, and that's the kind of game I want to see. But have a look at this. We've got the chariot archers on the backside. Looks like they might get caught out of position. The Hippias, together with the hoplite, is going to be able to force them into a bit of an awkward spot, but the pathing is pretty decent around the top side of that military academy. Migdal stronghold going to be forced down on the front here. Well, right on. He's going to cancel immediately. Second Migdal stronghold is already online. You can see it's about to come up here. Villagers might be in a bit of a tough position. As long as he's able to commit, he does. Vills can jump inside, and he'll be A-okay. Actually, if I remember correctly, these are laborers. They're not villagers, even though we're probably going to end up calling them all villagers. At the end, you know, everyone's a villager if you whip hard enough. Jeez, this has been a very cursed cast for AOM Retold. I'll say that much. You know, we've had double 69. We've had some whipping, and we whip it good. But walls are going to start coming up now on this north side of the map. We do see some walls in the center, some walls over towards the west as well, and plenty. Have a look at this. We've got plenty of distance on this market between the town center that's over here. Fortification has come through. Now, I'm going to be looking out towards this front side. There it is. Our Pharaoh's coming through, and it looks like, has the upgrade come through, the Son of Osiris? So you target your Pharaoh and transform him into a super empowering, lightning-wielding demigod. And yeah, it's pretty cool. One of the best things I love about this is you can actually use this multiple times now. Because I think it also gives you a couple of extra pharaohs as well, if I remember correctly. Or maybe the power doesn't, but the age up does. The Osiris age up does. But the push is slowly coming to shove here. Heavy chariot archers being spammed towards the front. We've got a little bit of a catapult on the back to help out with the siege. Long distance range on this. And meanwhile, we've got a second rain usage, and he's going to pop the ceasefire. Says, I'm going to buy myself a little bit more time. So the second rain usage comes through from InDenial on the north side of the map. He needs to buy himself a little bit of space, Capo does. So he's got another 15 seconds on that ceasefire, which prevents the enemy from attacking him for that 30-second period. Now, Capo, let's take a look and see. Does he have a mythic age? I apologize. As I told you, I'm an Age of Empires 4 caster predominantly. So it's going to take some time getting used to it. But down on the south side, we've got some Petrobolas that could look to try and defend this position. You can hear those chariots firing off. The rain's still doing a wonderful job. Keep in mind, your villagers gather the fastest. So what are our... I don't... Oh, we can't actually click them at the moment. Nice little AoE damage coming into the enemy army. Hippias numbers are building. A couple myth units on the back as well. Slowly rounding the corner. Hoplites beginning to push through. Keep in mind, we do have an Age 3 against an Age 4 battle about to unfold. He has the ability to use bronze again, but it's expensive. It's going to cost him 150 favor. At the moment, he's only got 50 favor in the bank, so don't even think about it. I think, do we just hear a bolt right there? I didn't see the bolt, but oh, no, it's not the bolt. It's the Son of Osiris. He's out, and you can see the AoE damage coming through. If there's anything right now that needs to happen, it's got to be a bolt on top of that. Get off my screen. Oh, that beta thing is so damn annoying, isn't it? Son of Osiris. He's going to pop him inside the watchtower. Manages to do some beautiful micro right there, and gosh, InDenial knows what is happening. That is for sure beautiful play coming out from him. That Son of Osiris getting off that bonus AoE damage onto all the units coming through from the Greeks. But the Greek numbers are slowly falling. He manages to take out the catapults, but the chariot archers are still looking good. And Son of Osiris on that top side, just teeing off on the enemy unit. So if he wanted to use it again, he could, but it's going to cost him 350 favor. That is a lot of favor. And just a beautiful methodic game coming through here. Now, I think I hit this button right here. Yeah. this is the button to reset my map orientation. So I can move you guys around here, and then I can just hit that button, and boom, we're back, baby. All right, well, at the moment, you've definitely got to give the favorable position to InDenial. You would be in denial if you thought that wasn't the case. Actually, I'm sure InDenial probably thinks it is the case. But we do have the Petrobolos slowly building up here. Keep in mind they've got some nice AoE on them. But there's a lot of cavalry that's out now at the moment for Capoch, and it does get cleaned up. Have a look at this. So managing to do a decent job of cleaning up the chariots. Numbers are looking good. One of the things I would love to see for Capoch are some walls. Just some walls. Oh no, he's lost the settlement. So with losing the settlement, this is really big. As you can see, Capoch is sitting at 180 of 180, whereas his opponent is sitting at 225 maximum population. Now, one thing to note is the maximum population, well, it might matter, except for the fact that it's not mattering at the moment because InDenial is at 157 pop. He lost a lot of chariot archers in that fight. Down here, they got caught in a really bit of an awkward spot. And I would say that this game is swinging very fast. Have a look at this. What's going on? Son of Osiris going to be teeing off from the back. Once again, looking to try and get a bit of AoE damage down onto the cavalry units. Plenty of cav here. We've got the Prodromos coming out as well. Am I saying that right? Prodromos? I think I am. These guys counter cavalry, so keep in mind the chariot archer is a cavalry unit. We've got the Son of Osiris slowly falling back towards that Migdal stronghold. More and more units flooding onto the field here, and you can see that Capoch says, you know what, Strongo? I don't even need to go to the Mythic Age. I'm not interested at all. And you know what? You can take all 4 of the town centers or the settlements. I don't care. Go for it because I have got the advantage. Have a look at this. 181 pop against 143. 4 town centers against 2. He is the underdog right now, and despite that, he is overwhelming his opponent with this slow push that we are seeing. So it's only going to be a matter of time until he is on town centers, but have a look at this. Gold may become the next frontier when it comes to contesting these positions on the map. Now, he's got a decent gold vein here in the middle. What gold mine? We've got a decent gold vein here in the middle. But you can see that there is a lot of weight to be put down here on this little quadrant. 3 gold veins all together. So the sooner you can get down here and look to deny this Migdal stronghold, the better it's going to be here for Capoch, because he wants to secure this gold. It's imperative that he does. Fortress now going to be coming up for himself. I think this is the first one we're going to be seeing this game from him, which means that is going to be that's going to allow him to get up to the mythical age. Meanwhile, towards that front side, it looks like the camel numbers are starting to build. 176 pop against 172. InDenial's found a way back into the game. Slowly, the unit numbers continue to build. Heavy catapults now online as well, working down all this production. House is going to be going down as well. Needs to get the Petrobolos up towards that front side to deal with these enemy units, but there's nothing there protecting them. That's going to be the issue that he's got. So it's a classic case of your opponent has opened up a second front, and there's a good chance that maybe they didn't actually want that. Actually, no, I take it back. The fortress, we've got the first fortress back here. Meanwhile, the second fortress, oh, he's lost the second. Oh, this is where it gets tough. Down to 145 maximum population. Oh, no, the BM InDenial is going to take the 5th settlement away from Capoch. It was looking real good for a minute there. A hot minute in. Capoch was looking amazing, but I think with this settlement being lost, there's almost no way Capoch can come back into the game. 200 population up against 169. He's slowly reaching towards that maximum, but unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. 275 now. Boy, oh boy. And that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Capoch has resigned. The game is won in favor of InDenial. Congratulations go over to him. Now, when I don't even know what to say. I didn't even know how to close this one out. So I guess that's one of the good things about AOM Retold is we've got time, baby. We can come back in here. We can take a look at the post game. We can have a look at the village account. We can get in here. Man, this is good, isn't this? You can't do this in Age of Empires 4. I'm not even kidding you. You can't do it. You can't look at the post game. It doesn't work. But hey, there you go. So civilian count pretty close throughout the game here. When it comes to the military count, also pretty close. We can see some huge swings in this battle. Capoch losing a lot of units, but managing to fight his way back up. And you could see this was the point right here where I thought, hold on a minute, Capoch is looking very, very good. But in the end, the economy from InDenial was very strong. That back-to-back rain usage in the late game was very, very nice for him. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll leave it there. Hopefully you've enjoyed this first look at Age of Mythology Retold, the caster's attempt, or at least we're slowly getting there. Anyway, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.